Hello. I just wanted to take a second and update after my end of my first month of teaching. I actually only taught for 2 weeks last month. Um, I'm coming into VIPKid, 51 years old, homeschool mom for 24 years, and having a teaching degree and desiring to be in the classroom, but very excited to have raised my own children and taught them at home. So VIPKid has just been really exciting for me. I really enjoy it. I just wanted to kind of come at a perspective of an older, very busy woman and how it's worked out for me so far. So I have a part-time job. I work 2, 3, 5 days a week, just depending on the situation, and also a pastor's wife. And so that brings with it a lot of other responsibilities. And so we have something scheduled almost every evening, and something going on out of the house at least half of the days of the week. So the neat thing about VIPKid is that I live in the East Coast, and we are 12 hours different from from China. So you teach in the morning. The last slot, I believe, is at from 9:30 to 10, and then you don't teach again until 9 o'clock at night, our time. And of course, it's reversed. So when you're teaching them early in the morning, you're really teaching. In China, it's really evening, before the kids are going to bed. These kids go to school all day, come home and do their homework, and then sit down in front of their mobile phones or iPads or computers and take a lesson with us. VIPKid gives you the lesson to teach and has the children in a certain level, which is fairly accurate depending on the job that the teacher that went before you did, of originally placing them in their class. But you have an opportunity to also let them know if you think that the child should be moved up or down at any given time, and the Chinese lead teachers will evaluate the students and make decisions. The beginning of signing up for VIPKid, you only need to have a bachelor's degree. You do not have to have a teaching certificate, and I think a couple years of teaching experience. But it could be, of course, homeschooling. It could also be teaching Sunday school classes or tutoring, or I've seen people be very creative with it. The very beginning of the sign-up process is a little bit daunting. You have to do several interviews and mock classes, and you teach nobody, and then you teach an English person, American or British, or pretending to be a Chinese child, and then you sometimes teach a Chinese adult pretending to be a Chinese child. So you get through those interviews, and based on how you do on different ones, how quickly you pass through that process. I went through the process fairly quickly when I had time to schedule the different parts of it. And then after that, you're given certain levels that you're able to teach based on how you did through the interviews, or what have you. You can take tests and be certified for certain levels. I'm certified for level 2, which I really enjoy, and then trial classes and a couple of other things, but I have purposely not desired to go on to be certified for any upper levels until I am just very comfortable with the lessons at level 2, because there are a lot of lessons, and particularly with trial could be any number of different lessons depending on what level the child gets placed in. So based on my time to prepare ahead of time, I want to make sure that I don't overextend myself. But a lot of teachers jump in, they open up all their slots, they stay up all night to get students, and things start out really well for them. That was not an option for me. So I opened up several spots in the morning right before work, but did not feel like I could be up all night and still do the things that I needed to do during the day. So it was slow going, and I want to say that I had been with VIPKID for 40 days before I got my first booking. But once I got my booking, they just started to come through. So even with those little amounts that I had opened, 9 or 10 slots a week. So I started out with 3, and then the next week I had 5, and the next week I had 7, and I have had 4 of my students rebook me. One of them has rebooked me 4 different times. It's almost like Amazon, where until you teach a child, the parents don't have a chance to give you any feedback. And so do you want to buy the product on Amazon that has no feedback, or do you want to buy the product on Amazon that has 5 stars or whatever? So then as you teach, the parents give feedback in the form of stars, and they write in Chinese, and then other people see it. And once they do, then they'll come in and book you, particularly if they're looking for certain tags that you have been given. One of mine is being patient. I don't mind working with the younger ones that have to be corrected a number of different times with their words and repeating a number of different times. But whatever your particular thing is, the better. Some people had posted and been concerned that if you were older, it would be harder to get jobs. And I don't know, because I'm getting what I'm putting out there for the most part. I'm not completely booked right now, but I'm very happy with where things have been for this first month. So I have taught for basically, I guess it was really 1.5 weeks before the month ended that I had actually taught, because we had gone on a trip in the middle of it. And I've currently taught 10 classes, 9 students. I'm on my 58th day that I've actually been involved in the program. And I just want to say that I am really enjoying it. And I would encourage retired homeschool moms. I would encourage people who have extra time in the mornings and the evenings, who feel like this is something that they would enjoy or that they can do to do it, because I have found it very enjoyable. The pay is dependent on a couple of different aspects, slightly on your education. So I have a master's degree, so that helps. Then also your experience, and then you get extra money for coming to class on time and teaching your course. And if the student signs up with you within 24 hours of when the class actually begins, and you can check a little button saying that you're willing for that to happen, then there is more money involved. And then once you teach a certain number of classes each month, you get bonus money for all of the classes of the month. So it is something that you could potentially really make some money from. My desire has been to put some money in the bank as my daughter and I are traveling across the country at the end of the summer. So I'm putting some extra money in, but I think it's something that I'm going to desire to continue after my junior graduates from school, and Lord willing, be able to get a couple more hours in. But anyway, just wanted to update where I was right now. And if anyone else is in similar situations of being an older woman or a homeschool mom, or just had any questions, feel free to jot some questions down below and I'll let you know. It is a company where if you sign up with someone's code, there's a one-time amount of money that comes to the person you sign up with. But I don't care about that either way. I will put it down in the thing, and if someone signs up under me, that'll just be a bonus, and I'll be happy to help you through the process. So have a wonderful day out there, and I have to get on to the next thing. Thank you, and see you later. Goodbye. Goodbye.